Hey everybody, I'm your girl Shay,
And I'm Malika.
and we have a special guest.
Peace. Kiwan Kristoff, Toltec Nation builder.
All right, it's nice to have you on today, Kiwan. We do see that you are driving. We don't want to keep you too long, but we do want to hear a little bit about
I'm
the
always driving.
Toltec Nation.
Uh, okay. A little bit. I can't give you a little bit. I got to give it to you a lot. So it might be heavy. So just
Okay,
bear with me. And I jump all over the place a little bit. So if y'all, I like to tell people get a pen and paper because it ain't as simple as like talking about a clothing brand. This ain't you know what I'm saying? It's not a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not one of those, local mom and pop shops. This is a universal concept which
okay,
has to do with nationality. You know what I'm saying? And identity, cultural identity, and being the ultimate formers of our culture and identity. And you know what I'm saying? Eliminating that fictitious one we've been living by, and not even just eliminating it by accumulation of interest, and the interest being us people. You know what I'm saying? So the more people that accumulates to this thought, the more interest in this, the more the interest builds on this thought and on the concept of a nation and our nationality. So, and it's just basically, and also to put it in lay terms, it's addressing the the labels of Black, African American, and giving us a reliable alternative so that we can become the keepers of our own sake. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
absolutely, absolutely. That's
So
more
much.
than a mouthful. So for those who don't feel like this is something that they should tap into, just not really so much educate them on it, but like you said, it's pretty much into intellectual self. So when you speak onto the tall tech, speaking of it, let's share your brand, your logo.
The logo, yeah.
For sure, for sure. That's our national seal, right? So this is the my one of my mottos is the only business is government, right?
Okay.
Everything else is just a subsidiary of what the government allows. So when you talk about a government being a business, what field is that business in? You know what I'm saying? And what is incorporated in that field? A business, government. Well, states, cities, um, corporations. Not only well, government is a corporation. So all these and the business of government. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we all to feel established or to feel like we started a business, quote unquote. We. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me break down the flag. Y'all got it up here. I ain't looking at the screen. So let me. So those stars, right? Let me start with the stars. The stars represent the nine, the number nine. Okay, and those are our founding members. I mean, we got 9 founding members, and those are gonna be the pillars to uplift who I feel, our people, our demographic and whatnot. And then you got I'm gonna explain the Toltecs in a second. So the tortoises, okay, all over the world, and here on the lands of America, the Japanese, Chinese, the tortoise represented tenacity, longevity. You know what I'm saying? Everlasting peace. You know what I'm saying? Tranquility. You know what I mean? A multitude of things. And I actually got some notes right here. Wisdom, also luck and protection. So, and you see one has a bare tree, like that has no leaves, and one has which represents rebirth. You know what I'm saying? And the trees on the one with the trees represents abundance. So we just encapsulating these symbols because this is what we want our nation to represent. You know what I'm saying? So we want it to be in our
Absolutely.
seal, we want it to be in our flag, our constitution. We want it to be on that's the garb we gonna wear in everything, because everything that we wear impacts us spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we indulge in impacts us spiritually. We think it's all just happenings and doings, but you know what I mean? You actually impact the spirit with the shit that you do, the shit that you wear, the shit we consume. So the shit we look
Absolutely.
at, the shit we visualize, you know what I'm saying? The words that we take in. So we want that to be completely encompassed in every single thing that we push. And the seal I feel like represented was a full and toe text. Okay, so toe text represent an indigenous nation, an American indigenous nation that was here formerly, or well, they got a lot of mysteries about these people. But what they do know is that people like the Aztecs and the Mayans paid homage and respect and to the Toltecs. You know what I'm saying? If you research who they were, and these people
Absolutely.
were absolute, they were revered for mastering crafts and different aspects of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm familiar with it, and I thought it started off with Hispanics way back in here a long time
Okay.
ago, and it was about them using the stones. They just use precious stones and things like that to believe in their spiritual beliefs or to their gods. So when you say the
Stoned up.
Toltec Nation, it go okay. I do see the stones, so that does help with your spiritual healing and your belief and things like that. So I'm glad that you're able to break it down like that and say where it comes from. But now, like you said, we're bringing it to our culture really to get them to understand how is it that we can use this to be intellectual with ourselves and our beliefs.
Okay, so the Toltecs were basically a badge of protection, right? And when we say Hispanic too, you said something about Hispanic. They like to say all the advanced civilizations of America are all Mesoamerican, right? But
Mhm.
Mexico and Texas are the same goddamn thing. There were no borders when these people walked the earth. You know what I'm saying? And if they
Absolutely.
master things over there, we got the same type of structures over here in this world. So it is my belief, and it is my foundational belief that not only were the Toltecs our people, the Toltec, and because the Toltecs were also said to have been just scattered around, they just like vanished or disappeared. So
Yeah.
if I'm a master, that means I'm one with the land and the nature. You goddamn right, I can disappear and seek camouflage and seek refuge in other tribes and disguise myself and pass on my genetic, my mental genetic inheritance. Absolutely, absolutely, we're fully capable. So they got multiple different stories and all, and they got these statues and things like that. And
Yeah.
so as they do with the Olmecs, who was another
Yeah.
civilization of people that they
Yeah.
claim were Mesoamerican. Well, guess what? Hispanic is not. That's not. That's a. It's also a government franchise. Hispanic
Hmm.
is not a real. It's not a nationality.
Yeah.
It comes from the island Hispaniola, where
Yeah.
there were people, and they incorporated a version of Latin and Spain and Spaniard Spanish and Portuguese and all these different languages. This is
Yeah.
how people. This is how they subjugated us. Okay,
Yes.
all they did was speak weird ass tongues around our people. Every
Yeah.
language mutated into one, and when they got to English, it got into a form where they can completely trick the masses into fucking enslaving themselves. Now, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With contract talks and double sided lingo and jargon and words and shit like that. So all that Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Mexican, all those labels, Black,
Yeah.
African American, they're all corporate franchises, right? So
Absolutely.
and so if something is a corporate franchise, it has value. If it's a corporate fucking has value. So now, my journey started with, the court system, the criminal court systems and whatnot, right? And you just take the lingo for what it is. A lot of times we just got to take the lingo for what it is, and we neglect to do that. So, you get charged. You know what I'm saying? Y'all familiar with? Oh, you got a criminal charge and whatnot. Okay, so boom. And that means you owe a debt to who? If you get charged, if your car get charged, what happens? Money come out, right? Or,
You
or,
come
or
at our
some numbers change. If you get charged for something, what do charge mean?
that you owe somebody or
Right, that you owe, there you go. A debt. It's a fucking debt, right? So
yeah.
in the books, in they record books, you in the red. You in the how computers are running all these goddamn systems. So if you can correct those books, you can discharge that debt. You got something called the House Joint Resolution 192, HJR 192, right? And it say a lot of shit, but the main thing it says is the United States shall discharge all debts dollar for dollar. Okay, so discharge is the opposite of charge. So if I have a charge, it can be discharged. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this like the play on words. So and I'm just now finding all the meat of it out and actually executing this shit my goddamn self. But like I said, this is where the journey started, and this is how. So if there, and just imagine all the charges that we have that are charged to our Social Security, that are charged. You know what I'm saying? The criminal charges are birth certificate charges. You know what I'm saying? That's what's. You know what I mean? So And you know, when you run your credit and you get charged for student loans or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get them type of charges, and you know you get debt, and there's a record kept, and the history is then promulgated by agencies such as credit bureaus, IRS. You know what I'm saying? It's all bookkeeping. It's all bookkeeping. So these motherfuckers are keeping records, and they're
All
able to
tied
say
to your social security and your birth records.
They
your
all
birth
tied
certificate.
to a Federal Reserve Bank. So yeah.
They actually tied to, they actually are receipts for bonds. You know what I'm saying? We're all bonded to the government, the corporations, and goddamn it, the municipalities. The municipalities are the cities. So, like and going back to how we can use this information right now, right? We just, and if you're spiritual at all, if you're not, fuck you. Honestly, sorry, excuse my language.
Now you
But
being
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Damn, what the hell I was gonna say? We done entered this Aquarian age, right? And the Aquarian, you know, you look into the symbolism behind Aquarian age. It's abundance, water. The water bearer, you know what I'm saying, has abundance and you know, this information. It's the age of fucking information, right? So this is how you determine value. This is how you determine value based off your information. Kanye wouldn't been able to make no valuable ass fucking shoe if he didn't have information on a valuable ass resource that was
Absolutely.
to create that shit. You feel what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
None of these niggas, Jay-Z would not be able to help you get Netflix and Hulu put on your credit if he didn't have some fucking information. It ain't about no
Absolutely.
goddamn money. Information is what's gonna generate the abundance.
Resources.
Absolutely. Resources.
Yes.
It's about resources. What resource? And now the arenas are so open, right? These people cannot control, motherfucker. They cannot control your well-being no more. It's way too much information out here, and it's a byproduct of something. You know, believe that. It ain't just pop up out the blue. It ain't no blessing from fucking God. Where it is a blessing from God, our gods, the ancestors, and these motherfucking spirits is alive, and they've been trying to bury. But their biggest tool for burial, you know what I'm saying, it will eventually become their undoing, because now you can get all the information so goddamn fast. And it's like, what you gonna do with the information? How do you apply the information? Because these motherfuckers know that we got the information. Believe that. Now it's time for application. You know what I'm saying? How do you apply it? And you know, it's the same way.
That's the same thing like now. You know, people with the jewelry and what versus gold and silver. Little do they know, back then when the Toltec it's the Toltec Nation, when it was being established, they used to use silver and gold for their beliefs, not to sit up there and just, you know, abuse the silver and gold. They got it on their necks like, oh, look at me, look at my jewelry. No, they used to use the silver and gold to praise.
Right. Because all this shit come from the earth, right? So we know we come from the earth. We got a spot just like gold and silver and hay and tobacco. All this shit got a spot. So we got to consume accordingly. These motherfuckers saw us living in unison so fucking well that they figured if they separated us from the earth by, you know, basically one of the words is concrete and all the fucking half the goddamn planet. So separate us from the earth and we'll become dependent. We won't know where the fuck to find and search for this information or these herbs, because that's all food is too. Food is information, believe it or not. Everything we consume is information. This is why motherfuckers born a beast, because their body is interpreting the bullshit they being fed. And these kids right in the motherfucker. But we gotta stop ignoring the obesity rates. That's probably something we can dive into after, you know what I'm saying? But that's important to me right there.
Me too. I'm big with that too, you know, seeing kids with being obese. Yeah. A lot of things are being misused and abused. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's all about information and how we utilize that shit. I've just lost my thought a little second ago, but and that's been happening more frequently, but that's because I've been consuming so much, you know what I'm saying, and processing, and you know, it's just a byproduct. But
it bees like that.
Yeah. So
it bees like that. But so what made you really get into this? Like, you know, what made you just feel like, you know, I'm just educate myself, use my resources and try to move a little bit different with life? What was it?
When they say, all right, pressure, being attacked from all angles. Like, I didn't really have no choice. It was either this or I was gonna be just lost in this sauce, navigating, accepting fate as it is without applying my best foot forward because I wasn't knowledgeable enough. But I always had the intuition to go seek it. But in short, criminal system, the criminal justice system, the jail system, the jail system. The jail system and the motherfucking entertainment are working in connection. These motherfuckers are working in tandem to destroy our kind. You see niggas on the book, 24 in Iraq, 25 in Iraq. Bitch, I done turned 25 a couple times in this motherfucker, nigga. And motherfuckers really deep down in this shit. I don't know what you niggas, I don't know, you know, the social media, all this whole shit. In jail, we got niggas all the way fucked up. And it need to be some balancing out. And shit, it's the criminal court system. And I felt like that's why where the name Kristoff come from. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this the cross. Ain't no crossing this. It's a line right here, nigga. It's a line. I'm not going to ain't none of that shit. And it's going ain't nothing gonna stop me. And I, you know, you gotta be versed in their games. You cannot, it's easy to say, oh, I can fix this from looking at something from on the outside, right? But when you inside something, you see its mechanisms, you see its organs, you see how they work. You know what I'm saying? You see what they work to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you get on the outside and you can get another little look. This is another perception. This is added perception. And if you really pay attention to the shit, because Illinois give you no really choice, they gonna keep hounding you. They coming with their tickets, they coming with their bills, they coming with their charges. They you know what I'm saying? They put niggas on house arrest. They violating all type of human rights. But guess what? Citizens who are subject to the jurisdiction of their state are not human, and they're not treated as such. You know what I'm saying? So you can say we human all you want, but if you're not being treated as such by the motherfucker who's supposed to treat you like that, who are legally bound and obligated to treat you like that, how the fuck can you say you're a human?
Absolutely.
How can you say it? The courts ain't treating y'all like human. The government ain't treating y'all like human. You know what I'm saying? The food industry, McDonald's, and we coming for them bitches. They not treating y'all like humans. They treating the corner stores. These motherfucking Arabs got stores. They feeding us chicken, beef on our chips and shit. They don't eat this shit. They don't eat that bogus ass meat. I know motherfuckers in the restaurant industry who are going to purchase meat in whole, and they looking at the ingredients of the shit that they giving them as meat, and don't none of that shit say beef, cow, nothing.
Absolutely.
So what is all these other chemicals?
Imitation meat.
Come on, gang.
Yeah.
Come on, gang.
Yeah, imitation meat, a lot of shit. That's why now they coming out with they coming out with plantation food. But see, once again,
ain't nobody standing up, ain't nobody taking a stand. That's
took the words out of my mouth. Took the words out of my mouth.
You know why, sis? Because you can't with our political status, right? Our political status gives them jurisdiction and property ownership over our bodies and lives and our natural bodies. And you know what I'm saying? On paper. And we consent to it by operating within that motherfucking system. So every time we incorporate, you know what I'm saying? We consent, and we don't know we consenting to just, oh, we got benefits. Oh, they got this, they got that. So all of our enrollments and registrations count toward their record books. Their record books say that they got
loans, child support, TANF, all that's them records up there, all that shit, all of it.
Yes, and they're utilizing all them fucking records to investors and economists, and then investors and economists are telling the government, cool, we trust that y'all gonna serve these people and turn over us a profit, okay? And we're gonna use this security, these bonds, as security, as form of security. This bondage, okay? The bonds are just, we're bonded by paper, and the paper person is a straw man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these little key terms and terminology that we got to really understand for real. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saying I'm fighting for Black power and I want my school, you're not gonna get it because you saying you Black, and Black is United States property or the Illinois property to even bury it further. You know what I'm saying? And that property means that it's nation business. It's our nation. Illinois is their own fucking nation. You know what I'm saying? It's nation business. Nobody gonna know about this. We gonna bury it. But now you see them giving up more and more things, right? You see them giving up reparations. You see them giving up holidays. You see them doing this little things for Black and this, that, and Black, that. Okay. Y'all doing that because y'all really trying to put us to sleep. Y'all really trying to lull the woke, because everybody woke until they go back to sleep. But how much do you sleep? I got for any motherfucker who claiming to be woke. How fucking much do you sleep? How much do you sleep, nigga? Fuck you, man. That's the question I got for motherfuckers. Because niggas out here thinking they woke and they walking, and females too. And it's like, I feel kind of bad, and I talk a little bit of shit against it because I want motherfuckers to feel the vibration that much. But I do care, and I know everybody's capability. And I know motherfuckers got the right intentions. But it's all about what we doing. And if what we doing is contributing any fuck to their goddamn system, No matter if we fighting for black rights, that shit is nation
It
business.
don't
They're gonna
matter.
subjugate that
It's
shit.
a void.
They're going to be incorporated. If you say you black, you gotta incorporate the United States. If not, it's motherfucking copyright infringement.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's copyright infringement.
Plagiarism.
Yes. You
Yes.
copying them, and it's your idea.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? I'm spitting my idea, and to really personify what ideas are. Ideas are babies, okay? Ideas in a babies is in a nigga head. I go and lay my idea in a woman, she put a body on it. That body has laws and jurisdiction and all types of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Idea, and I lay it down and I file article of incorporation with the United States of America. I'm essentially planting my baby inside of this motherfucking mother corporation that's gonna put a body that they, you know what I'm saying, deem to fit that motherfucker. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's the same type of concept. This is why we got two records, two different recording instruments for our birth. They got the certification of birth, you know what I'm saying, and they got the certificate of live birth, which shows that motherfuckers came out vaginas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They records only show that there was a corporate franchise. That's what they records.
Which is number
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, and that means they took jurisdiction over a human body, and they know it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they know it, and they don't have no time of birth. That's why
But
there's
you
no
know
time
what?
of birth.
We speaking a lot of knowledge though, and that's gonna confuse a lot of people because once again, we speaking to our black people, and if you sit up here talking about some you Black Lives Matter and you don't understand what is your purpose of being a black, not even just being the purpose of being a black person. You don't know what you're representing. You don't have the knowledge. You don't know the resources of what you really came from. Like you broke down with the tortoises and how they represent rebirth of life. So, you know, some people think that Black Lives Matter is not a rebirth to us. That is a rebirth when they came out with the word. So we supposed to stand on it as a culture, you know, to resource each other and educate each other. But if we don't know what we stand for, once again, the food that we consuming, the systems, the jurisdiction system, all that's gonna take over us if we don't know
That's
what we
because
stand for.
it depends
If you're not
on
educated on it,
identifying as like Kiwan said, we are not black. This is a label that they put on us.
Absolutely.
Give us jurisdiction. It depends on how you identify. If you identifying as Toltec or you identifying as indigenous, ain't shit they could do if you finna go about it your own way. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna run into a few bumps and bruises.
There's a distinction. Not to cut you off, sis. Now go. You can finish after the what's name. But as far as self-identification, right? This is actually a term. This is actually an international term. The Toltecs represent one indigenous nation. Okay. And indigenous is the key here. You know what I'm saying? That's just to further you know, identify. This is for clear identification because there are dozens there. You know, it's all these indigenous nations on this continent and landmass. But you write about the wordage and the verbiage. That's why it's like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be needing their pens and notes and shit to really kind of take little words. Like I said, self-identification is an actual it's a declaration. Like it's something that you can actually do legally. You know what I'm saying? On an international level. And that identification would be indigenous. And Toltec represent, like you said, one indigenous nation. But man, this is gonna be a theme. This is gonna be a theme going forward as far as, you know, people declaring themselves independent nations from this government, because our nation is one of the only ones that is a federal corporation. The United States is a federal corporation. Title 28 U.S. Code 3002 15A. The United States is a federal corporation. It says it plain and clear. It ain't no nation. It's not like Colombia, Brazil, Bolivia. It's not like those places at all. It's a bunch of people who came somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And after they finagled and learned the customs enough, they declare independence from the motherfuckers who brought them here. You know what I'm saying? Who brought them here, and they started to do their own thing because they found a group of ignorant motherfuckers who they could subjugate and, you know what I'm saying, and inflict experiments on and shit. And propaganda, media, entertainment, it's all experiment. People are living in other countries to be hundreds of years old. These motherfuckers ain't eating or doing none of the shit that we doing, and they living just fucking fine. So at some point, our people
with
have
no
medicine.
Yeah.
Oh no, they got the medicine from the land.
I was gonna say, but they don't have the medication over here, like to where the stuff that they prescribing to us, they don't have that over there in them type of countries. The medication
Facts,
that
and
they get, they really getting healing from it. We get other stuff to, mess up our systems more to make us keep coming back to these doctors. That's just like when you take your car to a mechanic. He ain't just gonna fix that one thing. He gonna do something else so your ass can come back. That's what the medication that they prescribe to us at these hospitals, baby.
Facts. It's all pharmaceuticals. Now the
Yes, it is.
pharmaceutical industry is heavily harbored upon. Like,
Yep.
and you look up all these biotechnologies companies have own more than like 75% of the US government bonds and shit like that. Like as far as who the government is bonded to, like who they putting all their chips in. You know what I'm saying? They banking on biotechnology and pharmaceuticals and all these things to prevail over common sense. You know what I'm saying? And
So
that's
so not to cut you off now, we gonna go on and switch gears to this corona, this COVID-19.
Did he whistle? Did he whistle?
man.
He finna
I might have to pull over and pop this. I might have to pull over and pop this book bag out for real.
Cause
I might have to pop the backpack like for real.
but I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but I feel, and the only reason why I'm saying is because they do this. They will put stuff out there to really, to brainwash us with what's really been going on.
Oh yeah.
I think that the COVID-19 was just like something airborne chemical that they put out here to for some of us to get sick on.
Yeah,
I think this was something that came up in a lab.
You know how you just said they be putting shit in us at the doctor and in the hospitals?
Mm-hmm.
If they put it in certain people and you would react different to this airborne thing. So I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't take certain medications. If I can feel myself holistically, I do so.
And it don't make sense because think about it. If you get a vaccination shot, when I come around, who you more worried about me not getting it? But if you got it, you shouldn't worry about me because you protected.
Exactly.
All this is in a man too. Like I've been exposed to people who quote unquote had COVID. I haven't caught this shit. Like to me it's not real. You tell your man what is going on and your body follows. It ain't real. We can't get it.
Right.
So
yeah, it does goes with sometimes what you put in your mind.
No question. It's all a thought. It's all a thought at the end of the day. So, all right, where to start? I'll just touch on so much of that shit right now. Like,
jump in for whatever thought, whatever you pick up
so
at.
The flu killed 2 million motherfuckers a year before COVID, right?
Population control.
Now, when you talk about the people who declared this shit, the CDC and the World Health Organization, man, we got to do research on these people. Like, for people saying they pushed up, fuck that. Go look at the people. Like, go look at these. This is motherfucker Anthony Fauci. I couldn't find the paperwork. I was just looking at it. And Deerfield, it's about 6 of these motherfuckers, and they over the CDC and the World Health Organization. These are the motherfuckers who told us that those influenza vaccines didn't cause neurological damage. They flat out lied. They all on camera lying about it. They was flip-flopping back and forth. These are the motherfuckers who patented the virus AIDS. These motherfuckers actually patented viruses. The same way Bill Gates patented viruses for computers and sold motherfuckers the antivirus. It's the same business. These motherfuckers, it's the same business. So they found a way. No wonder why it's no wonder why he's there as the vaccine king. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course,
they handpick. They know
viruses.
These people. They know who to put.
What they did, there was a patent on how to accelerate the defunction, the viral infection of a computer. And they found ways how to accelerate the evolution of viral infections. Okay. And now they put it up in vaccines, which is the biggest trick of all. Because if you know what a vaccine is just therapy for your immune system, right? So outside, when we go out, right, as you breathe in air right now, you're breathing in all type of bacteria and viruses right now. What those are doing is building the small amounts and portions. They're building a protective floor again on top of your immune system. So as those cells are coagulating with your cells, they kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You ain't come over here trying to tear shit down. So, you know what I'm saying? They get locked in. And before you know it, the viruses that we done breathed in are protective shields. They built a protective wall against real foreign shit. You know what I'm saying? Foreign shit that's man-made. Now, 2 things. It is illegal to fucking patent nature. for one. You can't go fucking patent a tree and say any tree that you can't do that.
Absolutely.
And it's illegal to patent something that's been altered from nature. Okay, so either way, it's illegal, and these motherfuckers did it anyway. And now they got everybody in fear because a lot of people died. Well, guess what? People die every fucking year. 2 million people die from the flu every year. And if you pay a close attention, the flu numbers have drastically dropped. Okay, they was getting paid to 13,000 for every motherfucking
patient that was coming in them hospitals.
Yes, 13.
And now they got a bigger price for when you come in with the COVID. So I'm gonna say you got a headache, or I'm gonna say you got COVID. She got COVID.
If I say you got COVID and it's a motherfucking and you get on the ventilator, that's like 40,000. If I say you got COVID, it's like 13,000. You know what I'm saying? It was 13,000 and it probably went up. So it was all profits. Fauci and all these niggas, these motherfuckers got rich. Bill Gates, all these motherfuckers got rich on vaccine. They're still getting rich because of they're selling the rights to the people. And now they experiment on us with everything that they doing. I know I'm not the only one that know McDonald's tastes different from back in the day. Tater chips taste different from back in the day. Noodles taste different from back. Every fucking thing we used to eat tastes different from back in the day. Why? Because they pumping it with more bullshit. And it's becoming more and more synthetic.
Just steroids in the chicken. You got big ass chicken breast, big ass chicken on everything. Steroid.
You know why? Because we're consuming too much of that shit. We fucking up the ecosystem with all our meat eating. They clearing out the oceans for profit. And they're fucking up the bacterial flora of the ocean, which is causing motherfucking basically ocean deserts.
Yeah.
Okay. When animals and shit start going extinct, guess what goes after them? The people who are programmed as animals start to go too. This is where that survival of the fittest shit start to kick in, where it's like, all right, millions of years man been around, all types of mankind have not stood the test of time. People have went extinct. And when you like myself, I ain't got no fucking grandparents.
Okay.
I only got one parent.
Okay.
So if I die, nigga, that's extinction, motherfucker. You feel me? And people looking up, grandma died, they ain't giving a fuck about grandma and them. When they gone, man, you shortly to follow. Because those customs and things are stuck in you because we ain't unlocked the DNA. Which is the way we will look, man. It's so much. It's inbred.
But you know what? It's deep too. But you know what? It makes me think about also when you do go to the doctor and they ask you about your family history of any medical problem, any diabetes. They always feel like it was some type of history when it comes down to your family.
It is a history.
It is. But I'm saying we all eat
the same customs.
Absolutely, and we eat different shit over the years.
So of course it's traveling. That information is traveling. All that bullshit food that gave grandma cancer, guess what? It's now being produced with more bullshit. So it's going to give us cancer and sicknesses and disease way faster.
Yes.
Okay.
And
fast life, fast death.
If they messing with the polluting the waters, you know, what these animals at in these different countries, if you ain't getting them forward out of the country and they over here on the country where we at, them animals is eating fucked up grass, their water is being messed up, all the minerals going into them, it's gonna come to us too. We still consume them because the animals ain't getting the same good treatment either. So what they eat is the same shit that we eat. When we cut them up, chop them up, and clean them, doing all that, you still putting that same shit in your body. So a lot of people, if you don't know about you know, to educate yourself or the knowledge or the resource, a lot of people will be dumb out here, you know, and then society is overpopulated because ain't nobody caring about what animal they need, what's being distinct, or you know, what about your culture, history, about Toltec Nation. I'm just being real, no disrespect. They care about the next new Money Bag Yo song, or they care about the parties and the females who gonna be out here shaking ass, but not knowing she just ate a fucking bad piece of fucking steak. This, you know what I'm saying? People don't know shit like that though. It's all fucked up out here, and we can't never just educate each other because we gonna sound like we too dumb coming to some people who don't give a fuck about nothing.
So that's a problem that I've run into. Like I'm damn near double digits in on this little educative journey. Although I took my little breaks, but just like any what college student don't. You know what I'm saying? What person pursuing degrees of knowledge don't. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, it's you run into that where it's like, oh man, you feel the pressure and man, you can't do this, and guess what happened? Eventually, it gets so frustrating and the energy ball up that you either forget it yourself and you lock it away inside of you,
Yeah.
and like, let me just go with the flow, or you start walking the fucking light. And you start walking the fucking light, that shit's gonna fucking make people feel weird. They're gonna fucking
Yep.
start not want to be around. They're gonna criticize
Uncomfortable.
the shit you do. They're gonna
Yep.
make you look crazy. They're gonna do
Yep.
all this fucking shit. But you got to really remain calm in your stance and really, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Keep churning. And it ain't even about convincing no motherfucker, because guess what? That's when you start utilizing the art of the laws of attraction. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The universe got laws, my nigga. The
Yep.
universe got fucking laws, nigga, that even these people gotta follow. You draw? These
True.
motherfuckers derive their laws from the universe shit.
Yep.
They monopolized on the science that we fucking conquered, and that we were on, that we're not on top of it, meaning we are the master interpreters. We the Toltecs. That's what Toltecs were. They were master fucking craftsmen, interpreters. They knew how to do everything, and when they did it, nobody did it fucking better. Nobody
Absolutely.
did it better. And that's what black people do. Black, quote unquote, black and African American. You give us something, we're gonna turn that shit to sugar fast.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn that shit to sugar. We're gonna make
Yeah.
that shit look good. We're gonna make them fucking
Absolutely.
the heart that just killing fucking food look real scrumptious. We're gonna make this destructive behavior look real fucking attractive. We're gonna
Absolutely.
make this
Like
motherfucking mental
how they
illness look
tried to
real
talk
motherfucking sane. We're
for
gonna
the
make a
young
lot of
lady
shit.
who just ran the medal, and because she got orange hair. And like she sat down and she sat down, she's like, it don't matter what color hair I wear, if I got something to do, all of that's gonna
do
blend
it.
in. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
her name?
And
Richardson, right?
I Shakari, right?
Shari Richardson.
I just know for black women, we doing our thing, and I love it, and that's just period.
Indigenous women.
Yes,
Indigenous women.
Women. That's
women.
right, bro.
The moment the day that our people put down, let's rest in peace black, the identification of black. Let's rest in
Okay.
peace African American. Let's rest in
Okay.
peace minority. Let's rest in
Okay.
peace every fucking slave title
A
that they
title.
fucking gave us. Okay,
Okay.
let's start replacing that shit with king, queen, prince.
Indigenous
You know what I'm
power.
saying? Indigenous this, indigenous that,
Okay.
indigenous. You know what I'm saying? Give motherfucker their birthright. If we start
Absolutely.
doing our own life charts and tracking our own births, and we understand the time a spirit came into life, we understand that spirit here for a fucking reason. It's a way to
Absolutely.
calculate this spirit's purpose and help build purpose within our people. Right now, we are being built with no purpose. Our purpose is to be rappers and shit that is highly fucking unattainable. Okay?
Okay.
Highly fucking unattainable.
And
Everybody
then you
chasing the
don't need
same
no
dream.
education to do that shit, though.
Everybody chasing the same dream. This implies that there's a program in place that is very fucking effective.
Absolutely.
That is effective.
Yes,
So
it is.
my thing, this nation is our program. This is our counter program. This is the deprogramming, and it's gonna take some fucking detoxification of self mentally, and practices, and the things that we do, the things that we fucking say, how we operate and organize and go about our business. All that shit gonna have to change. And I'll be preaching that no work shit. And I got motherfuckers want to fight with me about telling them to say fuck a job that they hate.
Okay.
These motherfuckers.
We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you, bro.
Still can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Oh man, he was going good.
Hey, he keep going out, don't he?
I want to hear about this because I feel the same way. Some people will work for a job that'll replace you quick in a heartbeat.
One thing about him, he gonna tell the truth, and he's real. That's my brother. I call him my brother. He the truth from the first day.
Hello, am I back?
Absolutely. Welcome back. We got you back. You getting that connection. But you know what? That's the devil at every level, because you educate. You speaking out the truth. You know, but he ain't gonna just shout it like that. We still here. We can hear you. We can't see you, but you can talk.
Okay, I'm coming back. Okay. So what was I saying?
The people hating you because you telling them to quit the jobs that they don't like.
And it's motherfuckers. They see motherfuckers see they you know, they got some fucked up they got bad eating habits. They fat. They can't get rid of a gut. They want to do this. They want to do that. And it's like, all right, you can fix it. And motherfucker will find every fucking reason and then like place those limitations on all the people around, man. And people, and man, this is the thing with our women. Our women don't really understand they energetic powers, and they using it more for evil than even the men, if you ask me. And this ain't no what's the name. This ain't a slight. Men. We way more instinctual, but a lot of that shit be like, damn, nigga got a good high, but shit, if I don't move right, nigga might rob me, go upside my head, treat me like a bitch, goddamn it, get ran over, go to jail, you know what I'm saying, be tossed away, like, you know what I'm saying, niggas are already starting from the back, you know what I'm saying, so women have the power to raise grown men. Oh my God, you got the power. And motherfuckers like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that power. What the fuck you mad about your power for? You can help
Absolutely.
a nigga get his mind right. You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
said that in
You
the
can
other
fucking help a
one.
nigga get his mind.
Didn't I just say
I
that?
don't want to have to raise a nigga. And boo, bitch, this nigga is valuable. The motherfucker got manpower. He fucking you good. He loving you good. You love that until it's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? The bad shit that come with the nigga. Then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
now you're not educated enough in your own self to be able to provide what is needed. And the same thing with men.
To
We doing the same
deliver
thing.
it.
We fucking up females' heads. We got a power. Nigga, you can go do this. You can use
Yeah.
that power to help build. Help, you know what I'm saying, really establish and make pillars with this shit. Like, and man,
And
it's gonna take guts to
bro,
organize in that way and
they
organize
loving
in a
you.
sacred way, in a
I'm
unified
looking at
way.
the comments. So many
I'm
people
sorry.
gonna follow you. They digging. They hearing what you saying. I'm sorry to cut you out, bro. I'm just looking at the comments. I can see people saying, "Oh, y'all should have been here and him on here." Like they loving this. Go ahead, keep talking. Wake them up.
Okay.
Y'all
I know
like
that's
this
right.
showing love, so I'm showing that. I'm sending all that love back. Sending all the love back, man. Cause this what this shit for. We need receptors for
Absolutely.
this shit. We need
Yeah.
receptors. Like everybody want to be, you know what I'm saying? But we need to really get
But
on the
now
street,
you
information.
speaking
You know what I'm saying?
facts though, because a lot of people don't think that matters, and it does matter. If you taking any time of your day to associate with this young man or this young woman, you have the power to do anything with it. Why keep somebody mind small? I'm gonna just give an example. You know how some men they older and they date younger females, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and give that example. Now you older, she's younger. You have an ability to be powerful to where you can educate her, to push her in a different direction. Because once a woman is loved differently, it shows. But just being a unit, you have to speak facts upon each other. I'm not just gonna keep you limited. Oh, you selling clothes out the trunk? No, I'm gonna limit you. I'm gonna try to push you to do better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep you because everybody sell clothes, baby girl. Well, you gonna stand that different. Don't get discouraged because you sell those clothes, because when you look down the bread aisle, you got 100 million people
Right.
that made
You
bread.
got bagels. You got
Don't get
motherfucking biscuits.
discouraged. But I'm saying, being that man, you know what I'm saying? You pushing her to brand herself beyond that. Or even when you
Absolutely.
get these women, and they get a drug dealer. Oh, I like a drug dealer, but he can't love. He can still make money, and you can also empower him, influence him with that love. People don't realize that when you do take on to someone else, that still represent who you are. You are who
Absolutely.
you date. You are who you hang
Yep.
with. That's
Yep.
just how I feel.
Reflection.
So whoever your significant other is, whether if it's just temporary, if it's long term, you are somewhere encountering spirits. You are transferring vibes with each other. The knowledge, all that. So you got to come to common grounds with all that mess. That all plays a effect to
So
the
true.
relationship.
That's so true.
No
So,
question.
absolutely.
And them are superpowers as men and women. Once we get back down to our base root natural self, this us cutting through all the bullshit programming. Okay,
Yeah.
this is cutting through all that junk that you gotta delete from your computer because the computer working slow. You gotta
Yeah.
delete shit from your computer.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's shit that you done grew an emotional attachment to, behaviors that
Yeah.
you done grew an unconscious attachment to, where you just performing and you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's not you can't consciously stop yourself, and you know what I'm saying, because of this language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the English language is partly the problem, because
Yeah.
I can say one thing and it can mean 7 different motherfucking things. It
Yes,
ain't
you
like that
can.
nowhere in no other language. Most
Yeah.
of that shit cut and dry. This is
Yeah.
why the law system, the United States Code, is and all the laws are codifications. They're all codified. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they enforce is codified. Why is it codified? So the motherfucking subjects can't read it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now we've been provided not only their template for codification, but our own instruments and, you know what I'm saying, tools and mechanisms to create our own form of codification.
Yeah.
If we can just sit the fuck down and, you know what I'm saying, because it's a lot. I know
Pick
a lot
up
of
a
people do it
book.
regular. You know what I'm saying? But congregate, congressional, Congress. These are the people who are in control, who control the government. Congress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Congress for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta let this mom go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Anybody who's listening and y'all want to hear more from him, his name is Kristoff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can get in touch with myself as well. I am part of his indigenous tribe. I am part of the Toltec Nation. So
No
you can
question.
also contact me.
for
Absolutely.
registration. Absolutely, we're gonna be registering citizens and nationals and all types of members because that's what we're doing right now. We want to recruit folks who ready to take this little, you know what I'm saying,
Mentally there.
learning trip. Absolutely,
Mentally.
because
Mentally.
in a second we're going to be not entrusted and also granted some very significant authority and power. So with that power is going to be a lot of authority and power, going to be a lot of responsibility. Okay, and you want to even faction because you can kind of say it's one of the moments where it's like, all right, you know, no, how I want to put it. I ain't got a proper example, but all in all, we recruiting for government officials to help us run a government that's gonna help establish our people, help reprogram our people into progressive acting. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
progression. You know what I'm saying? Health, wellness,
Yeah.
mental health and wellness and ease. You know what I'm saying? We need to eliminate dis-ease and create ease. You know what I'm saying? We need to be at ease now. Everybody looking over their shoulder. Everybody fucking. You know what I'm saying?
And
They can't trust
competition.
nobody. Everybody can't trust nobody. Everybody got this weird mentality where we don't fuck with people, but we do everything to get the attention of people.
I was
You know
just
what I'm
gonna
saying?
say
We
that.
gonna
Yeah.
fucking get fly as hell. We gonna look good. We gonna take
Yes.
pictures. We gonna make
Shaking
the
our
pack of
asses,
statuses. We gonna
making
goddamn
all the
do
improv, all the
everything
yes,
that's gonna draw. That's gonna really get us
attention.
some good. It's the law of attraction. It's gonna
Yeah.
attract people to you.
But the
Okay,
wrong
what you
attention.
do with it is then up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You spoke out a lot. You gave us so much knowledge and just free game right here on Let's Be Real on this Wednesday.
So,
Like it was
I'm
such a
soaking it up.
pleasure, like just to have you to stop by.
Man, no pleasure coming. I need this. This is like
But
exercise.
going forward, like for the ladies before you get out of here, we want you to give out 2 advice, one for the ladies and one for the men.
Bye.
All right. First off, we got to become scientists, men and women. That's one for both. We got to start scientifically analyzing each other, not from a first-hand standpoint when we all halfway through an act that we down. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? No, beforehand, it got to be some real analyzing of each, not just the superficial, not just what you see, but the
Absolutely.
motherfucker on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Mentally.
And that motherfucker on the inside, in essence, is the same. We all represent a different organ of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Every body is a different organ of the spirit. So we got to really look and analyze each other as scientists and understand who, you know what I'm saying, what we dealing with when we dealing with a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? We got to understand what we are. Then we can understand who we are. Okay.
Absolutely.
So what is a man to you? Okay.
Absolutely.
What is a woman to you?
Absolutely.
How does that align with the motherfucker you trying to, you know what I'm saying? How does all that align?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so be scientists with each other, analyze, and shit, man. That's like a whole deep one because that's a big. I think that's the only thing I could really say. Be scientists with each other, be real, also be practical. Like we gotta stop glossing over shit. No matter of fact, reset our brain. Man. We gotta delete every notion that we ever really thought was what and validating all that shit and really like rethink things and become scientists. What do scientists do?
Preconceived notions gotta be deleted for sure.
Yes.
But what you say, what do scientists do? They create.
And they experiment and they theorize, they hypothesize, they do all that shit and they get theses. You know what I'm saying? They actually can substantiate a claim that they make.
Absolutely.
Like in full with a nice little experiment. So this happened, I did this, that happened, and it had this reaction, and that happened, you know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta be with each other. And not like on no hurtful shit. We got because those ain't no such thing as being hurt. That's another. There's no such thing as being hurt emotionally. It's just feelings. We all have emotions. They all come from the same goddamn place. We are programmed to act on those emotions a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Those energies that stirs up from the emotion can be transmuted into a beneficial energy for ourselves. That's a whole nother science, but so I want to keep it on the be scientists with each other and restart our thinking.
So let me ask you a question. When you say be scientists, is it okay to use that scientific method? Because that's great. I'm gonna say when you use a scientific method, you can use it with dating, you can use it with your job, you can just strategize. Strategize the scientific method.
Yes. Before you watch in sex. But before you even get, you can make out of like a what they say, what's your hypothesis? My hypothesis is niggas ain't shit.
Okay.
Well, what's your goddamn, show me how niggas ain't shit. Well, because I've been through all this shit in my life. You did everything. You accounted for everything except what you put into it.
Absolutely.
Scientists put some shit, and they account for what they put into it.
Get it back out of it. Absolutely.
So yes, you as a woman, you can't be all this nigga did this. How 17 niggas do the same shit to you, bitch?
Where's you the problem at? Okay, even to niggas. How you go through every relationship? You done had the prettiest, you done had the ugliest, but it's something always wrong. Something wrong with you, my.
You know what it be with niggas? With us. If you ain't got, unless you just getting dumped, you know what I'm saying? You just a piece of shit. But karma hits us very hard with that. It hit us so. Now a lot of niggas alone because fuck that. These bitches, they ain't nobody worth it. They all crazy as hell. They all operating vibration and trying to govern over niggas. So a lot of niggas is alone, but a lot of niggas is looking for that shit. That's why niggas going finding white women. Niggas go be happy, and women like, oh, he happy because she let you do this and she let you. And that more of a you ain't accounting what you put into that concoction, baby.
But it's also a mad thing too, because if a man feel like he come make it with a sister, that's when he put it in his mind. Because not all black sisters are destroyed or damaged. And that's just being honest, because you came from a black.
No, not damaged. We are all damaged.
Everybody's damaged. But I'm gonna say that's what most men say. You know,
women are spoiled. Spoiled.
Too spoiled.
We get pussy too easy.
And that's the thing. I hate that. But you know what? As a man.
That's the ultimate prize. That's what women. No, that's the flip side of it. Why we the way we are because we get it too fucking easy.
But that's the thing. Why? Because of you a man, you don't set standards for yourself. Because she's easy to give it to you. You don't supposed to take every pussy. You
right.
Turn it down. Set some standards for yourself. You don't go and get something out the same neighborhood because you grew out the neighborhood.
But it ain't even that. Now niggas could travel and have the same luck. And you got the top of the line giving it to you and. You know when the motherfucker female
you still fucked up on the inside.
That pledge allegiance.
He still don't even know on the inside.
You feel me?
It still comes on the inside. That's what I
to me, the prize for men is women. As long as niggas can get pussy for cheap, niggas is not gonna act. You ain't no control.
Ain't
no control. So, but the men have the controlling factor because, not the controlling factor. Oh, what the fuck I was gonna say? I say women don't account for their potion, what men do. So when you account for what you put into it, there's your control back as a woman. You use those assets and that power over the man to
get what you
mold. And not only that, you set the, you know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta be scientists. And it's a lot. We can sit down and talk about that for days.
Are we gonna have you plenty of more times?
I got my theories. And I wanna, you know what I'm saying? We need to be in congregate. We need to have a bunch of fucking have our people, and we need to do some theses and fucking science experiments and shit.
Absolutely,
I'm with that.
Absolutely, yeah. We with that too. We definitely appreciate you coming back through. Before we do get out of here, we have once again Kiwan, Kristoff. Tell them how they can follow you and a little bit more about the Toltec. How can anybody enroll if they was looking to come up under you or
That's okay. That's on hold right now. So it's Kiwan Kristoff, Kiwan KEYWAN, Kristoff KHRISTOS. That's on Instagram and Facebook, and we're gonna be doing citizenship enrollment, and we got a lot of stuff planned, but I got a lot of stuff in motion as far as how to because it's just too much. We got a bank in mind, school education systems, spiritual systems. Like man, whatever we can think of, whatever that the nation or the federal corporation of the United States is providing, we're going to try to provide the things, incorporate the, you know what I'm saying, all the things that they think they provide, but provide the things that actually help. You know what
absolutely, I'm saying? Absolutely.
And, we feel like we can do a better job. So absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from T1, Kristoff. Toltec Nation, that is what he's definitely represent. You got to get intellectual, practice the scientific methods, everyone. It take away the titles, not just black, not just sister, not just man, and just start replacing it with king and queen. Just tap in a little bit more into yourself. Any questions, You can always give us feedback. If you look on our bio, we do have an email. You can always email us questions, give us feedback, topics to those out there who do feel like y'all want to give us topics to talk about. If you got any feedback for Keywan today, you can always follow him on his social medias that he did state up there at the end. If you don't mind, Keywan, can you just type up under here, to let them know where they can follow you at? And in the meantime, everyone stay safe on this Wednesday. And it has been real today.
Man, I appreciate it. Love.
Thanks, bro. I'm gonna call
Peace,
you.
man. Absolute, man. I enjoyed it every minute. Love.
All right. Until next time on Let's Be Real.